Hi, this is Sue Owen. I'm a PolitiFact reporter at the Austin American-Statesman, and I am coming to you from the bar of the Hilton of the Americas during the Texas Democratic Convention. This is night 2 of the convention, and I have, yesterday I did a video explaining a little bit about how PolitiFact chooses its items. So today I'm going to throw a couple of items at you, and just give us your feedback. Tell us which ones you think you'd like to see us do. I'm not necessarily going to be able to promise that we can do these ones, but I'd like to know what you find interesting. So I'm just going to throw 4 or 5 at you and tell me which one you think you might be interested in. And here, my sophisticated graphic is my contact information. So send me which ones you think are interesting and why, and talk to me about them, anything you like. Alright, so first up, these are all but one from today's convention, which is, this is Friday, June 8th. So, earlier today, Glenn Maxey, a former lawmaker from Austin, said that demographers say that Texas will be reliably blue in 10 years. That is, the demographics of the state will change such that it will be primarily Democratic. That's number one. A congressional candidate for House District 22, which is 4 counties in the Houston-Galveston area, in parts of 4 counties. Keisha Rogers says that a Fort Bend County GOP party attack campaign suppressed voter turnout by 50% from 2010. Now, this sounds kind of like, I found a Fort Bend Star story that uses some of the same terms. It seems to be talking about the redistricting mess resulting in a lower voter turnout. But, you know, the way she phrases this, and this was on the flyer, she phrases it as the attack campaign suppressed voter turnout. And again, this is Fort Bend County. This is in the Houston, I think that's around Sugar Land. Number 3, this was yesterday. Outgoing Texas Democratic Party Chair Boyd Ritchie says that Harris County was taking down voter information that was not required by the statutes. So, like taking down more information than they needed when they were registering voters. This, from the context there, this sounds like something that was resolved in court. This may be something that we go and we just look up the news stories on it, and then we can just say this is what happened and give you the disposition. Or maybe everybody already knows about it and it's not interesting. So I'd like to know whether people outside of the Houston area, and this is Harris County, people outside of the Houston area knew about this or are interested. So the classic question, is this interesting? That Harris County, Mr. Ritchie says, was taking down voter information that was not required by statute. Number 4. During the Labor Caucus earlier today, Elsa Caballero said that Houston janitors make $9,000 a year. That's the annual salary, she said. This is something with older roots. I found a 2006 story that was talking about that being the annual salary for janitors then. So, you know, we could still do it. Is that still the salary? Because people are saying that still is the case for at least some Houston janitors. And so is it still true today? Is that interesting? Would you be interested to know that? Would you be interested to read a PolitiFact article where we dug into that? 2 more. Hang on. Here. All right. San Antonio's mayor, Julian Castro, gave the keynote speech tonight on the main convention floor. And one of the things he said a lot of things, it was very funny. And he came into Van Halen's Jump, and he left to the Byrds' Turn, 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 to Everything There's a Season. So, anyway, there you go, random musical note. One of the things he said was that 65% of all jobs, he was talking about the importance of education. He said 65% of all jobs require more than a high school diploma, more education than a high school diploma. Would you be interested in seeing an item on that? It's a broader issue. It's not specifically Texas related, but because a Texas politician said it, it's in our purview. And then finally, I will give you this one. Ron Kirk, the former mayor of Dallas, who is now U.S. Trade Representative, and he said, this is one where I'd want to go back to the tape. These are all paraphrases, by the way. This is one where I'd want to go back to the tape and very carefully check exactly what he said. Gist of it was that every president since Eisenhower has promised public health care, but only one has delivered, President Obama. And I kind of want to go back. If this is interesting, let me know what you think. If this is interesting, I would go back and I would look at, because he listed presidents. He said every president since Eisenhower, and then he named a bunch of presidents. I'm not sure he named every single one. So if his wording gives him a little bit of an out there. But does that sound right? That every president, Reagan and everybody, does that sound like everybody?
Sorry.
Pardon me. We are at the bar. Every president since Eisenhower has promised public health care. Anyway, tell me if you think that's interesting. Which of these items, again, you can just run back and watch it again, because I'm sure this audio sounds really great and you really want to listen to it again. Send me which ones you think might be interesting for us to do. And also, please, anything that you see on Twitter or any comments you hear, anything you read in a news story coming out of this convention or the Republican convention in Fort Worth, we also have a PolitiFact reporter there. Send it to us. Tell us you'd like to see it. We love to find out what our readers want to hear about. And so here's my fancy graphic with my information again. Okay, thank you. Hopefully I will post this video tonight and talk to you again tomorrow. Good night.